If you have ADHD and you have ever felt like your brain is racing so fast that it's impossible for yourself to keep up, feels like you're stuck. You just can't move fast enough to keep up with your brain. It's not because you're lazy and it's not because you're broken. We just never learn how to work with our brains. There's a moment that happens in about every new call I have. They show up thinking their experience is incredibly unique. They're full of shame, they're embarrassed, they don't want to admit it. They feel like there's something wrong with them. Like everyone else has it figured out, but they're the only ones who just can't figure things out. But the moment I start describing my experience, what I see with my clients, and I start asking, oh, does this ever happen or that ever happen? It's like you're in my head, they say, and oh my God, how did you know that? It's still always funny for me because at the moment I'm thinking, because that's what every single other person describes. That's like a really important moment that everything shifts for us. And I remember that happened for me about 8 years ago, where I was going through a dark night of the soul moment. I had a lot of things come together at the same time. I felt like my life was collapsing around me, and I started questioning and wondering, how did I end up in this situation? I started to learn about ADHD, and I found a book by Dr. Ned Hallowell, Driven to Distraction, which suddenly opened my eyes to all these things that I had been struggling with but never understood. And it felt like epiphany. This moment of, why did I never know about this sooner? Why am I finding out about this when I'm close to 40? Where was this 20 years ago? Then I started looking into it more and learning more and reading more. And then I went out and found Dr. Hallowell, got in touch with him, saw him for a year, had him prescribe me, went to him for therapy, and I learned so much. And I remember thinking, oh my God, there's an explanation for this. There are reasons why I am this way. There are things I can do about it, more importantly. So I don't have to feel stuck. I don't have to feel broken. I don't have to feel helpless. Then I started putting these things into practice. I started implementing. I started working on myself. I spent years just obsessing over, what else can I do? How does this work? What do I need to learn? And I started seeing really profound shifts. The way I work, the way I operate. For the first time, I didn't feel broken. I felt understood. I could stop doubting myself and my success, doubting whether my past success, if it was just luck. I could finally start making sense of how I could be talented and successful, but also be stuck and struggling, because that didn't make sense before. The insight that really changed everything for me was ADHD makes your mind race a lot of ideas so fast. We try to move faster, try to speed up our actions, rush through tasks. We jump from idea to idea. And that's exactly what keeps us sloppy, impulsive, scattered. It's trying to keep up with our thoughts that are just too fast. And the solution wasn't to go faster. It was to learn how to slow my mind and slow my nervous system down so I could think clearly and follow through. When I started to learn how to regulate my nervous system, control my mind and my thoughts, I could actually start to execute and follow through to create calm and clarity before I move forward. My execution improved, my confidence returned. I finally followed through on what mattered, and that's why I created Accountable. Not to give you another planner, another productivity hack, another tool, but to give you the structure, the support, the accountability that we were never given. To help you see that you're not the only one and you're not the problem. To help you slow your mind down so your actions can finally catch up. Because with the right support, you can stop spinning and you can start finishing and you can finally trust yourself again. Now, let's get to work.